This is Rutanya and this is Yutan, and welcome to our channel Vella's Reminds. Today we'll be learning exercise 1.2 problem 4, 5, 6 and 7 from the chapter Real Numbers. Let's do it off.
Hey everyone, today we are going to see 10th CBSE Real Numbers 1.2 exercise and problem 4, 5, 6, 7 in it. Before going into the video, we want to know that if we are finding HCF and LCM of A and B, then the product of HCF and LCM is equal to the product of numbers, that is A into B. Okay? With this, we are going into the exercise. The fourth question is, here HCF of two numbers is given, that is HCF of 306 and 657 is 9. We have to find the LCM. Okay? Now, do you remember the formula which I said before? Yes, HCF into LCM is equal to product of two numbers. So, here we have the HCF and the two numbers with us. So, it's very easy to find the LCM, right? Okay. Now, in the place HCF, we substitute 9 and in the place of product of numbers, we substitute with 306 into 657. Okay. Here, we keep the LCM to one side and bring 9 to the right hand side. So, the 9 comes to the denominator when it crosses the side. Okay. Now, we divide 306 and 9. Okay. 306 is equal to 34 times 9. Okay. Now, we multiply 34 and 657. Okay. That product 34 into 657 is your LCM. Normal multiplication. That is 657 into 34. You too can work it out in your note and check whether my answer is correct or not. Okay. So, by doing yourself, you can gain the confidence of this. So, watch the video and try it yourself again the same sum. Okay. Now, I have got the LCM, that is 657 into 34, that is 22,338. Okay. This is the LCM. So, when we have the HCF and the two numbers, we can easily get the LCM. Okay. Are you clear? Okay. Now, let's go to the fifth question. Here, 6 power n ends with 0. Is that possible for any natural number? Prove it or check whether the statement is true or not. See, this is a very interesting question. Okay? Don't afraid on seeing the question. I will explain it to you. Okay? Now, we have to prove that 6 power n ends with 0. If any number ends with 0, it should be a multiple of 10. Correct? Do you agree with me? Okay. Now, how to find the prime factors of 10? There is nothing to find. The prime factors of 10 are 2 and 5. 2 into 5 is 10. Right? So, if a number should end with 0, it should be a multiple of both 2 and 5. Right? Here, what are the prime factors of 6? Here we have to find 6 power n, right? So, the prime factors of 6 are 2 and 3. Right? So, 6 is equal to 2 into 3. 6 power n is 2 into 3 power n. Here, the 6 prime factors are 2 and 3. It's not 2 and 5. Though 2 is present, 5 is not present. So, it can't be a multiple of 10. When a number is not a multiple of 10, it can't end with 0. Do you agree with me? Am I explaining it to you clearly? Okay. So, since the prime factors of 6 doesn't include 2 and 5, there is no possibility for 6 power n. Any power of 6 cannot end with 0. Clear? Okay. Are you convinced with my explanation? Are you getting me right? Okay. That is 6 power 6 doesn't have 5 as a prime factor. So, 2 and 5 must be a prime factor for a number to end with 0. Okay. Now let's go to the sixth question. Here two numbers are given and have to prove that these numbers are composite numbers. Okay. The first number is 7 into 11 into 13 plus 13. Now I am going to take 13 as a common out. So 13 into 7 into 11. So out of this I am taking 13. So the remaining is 7 into 11 plus, when I am getting 13 out, what is the remainder here? 1. Okay. So 13 into 77 plus 1. That is 13 into 78. Here the 78 should be factorized to get prime numbers. I am doing that. Dividing with 2, I get 39. Dividing 39 by 3, I get 13. 13 is a prime number. So I am going to finish this with that. So that becomes 13 into 2 into 3 into 13. So this number is a product of all the prime numbers. Here all the numbers here are prime numbers. So this number is a composite number. So this is not a product of all prime numbers. Here all the numbers are prime numbers. Okay. So this is a composite number. Correct? Now let's go to the second question. 7 into 6 into 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1 plus 5 is a composite number or not? I am taking the common 5 out of this number. So 5 into 7 into 6 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. Because I have taken 5 already out. Plus 1. Okay. Now what is 7 into 6 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1? It's nothing but 1000 and 1008 plus 1. So it is 5 into 1009. In the first case, 78 is not a prime number, so I have converted it into a product of prime number. But here 1009 is already a prime number. So I am going to end it with this. So this number is a product of prime numbers. So it is a composite number. Okay. Are you clear? So both the numbers are products of prime numbers. So both the numbers are composite numbers. Are you clear? Okay. Now let's go to the seventh question, that is the last question of this video. Here there is a circular path in a sports field and Sonia takes 18 minutes to drive one round of the field. Okay. While Ravi takes 12 minutes for the same to drive one round of the field. Okay. Now they both start at the same point, same time and same direction. Okay. This is the condition well explained. That is, Sonia takes 18 minutes. Ravi takes 12 minutes to complete one round and they have started at same point, same time and same direction. We have to find when will they meet again at the starting point. So, what you should do? We should find the least time when they meet again. That is, the minimum time taken for both of them to meet. So, on seeing the question, we can understand when we have to find the least one, we have to do the LCM. Okay, least common multiple, right? So we have to take LCM of 18 and 12. I am going to take LCM for both the numbers together. So first I have divided by 2, then I have divided with 3, then again 3, then again 2. Okay, now I have factorized it and I am going to write the LCM of 18 and 12. That is nothing but 2 squared into 3 squared. Okay, that is 2 into 2 into 3 into 3. So the LCM of 18 and 12 is 3 squared into 4 squared. That is 9 into 4. That is 36. Okay. What do you mean by 36? Yes. Sonia and Ravi meet at the starting point after 36 minutes. Okay. we have to find the minimum time for them to meet again at the starting point. So we have taken LCM. Okay? So get clear why we are doing LCM for these numbers. Okay? Let me explain it to you again. Here both of them have different time of traveling. So we have to find the least time of them to meet. We have to find that. So we are taking LCM of these two numbers. Okay? So with this, we have completed 4, 5, 6, 7 questions in exercise 1.2. Okay? Now we can see the 1.3 exercise in the next video. Whenever you get free time, practice maths. Love maths. Maths will surely love you. If you have any doubt, comment down and I will reply to you. Meet you all in the next video. Till then, signing off, Parvina Ramesh. Bye-bye.
Subscribe, hit the bell, leave a like. If you have any doubts, comment down. Signing off, yeah, you must.